What's going on, everybody? It's funny. I was sitting backstage talking to Eric and Drake, and it's pretty funny because I took Drake and Eric off so I can go live, and the next thing I know, I disappeared myself. Pretty funny. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, did I go live? I think I went live. Yeah, I went live. Can everybody hear me? I think I went live. Yeah, there it goes. All right, yeah. I see that we're live now. How's everybody doing tonight? Barbara, how you doing? Keith, what's going on? Clifford, the big red dog, what's going on? Humberto, my brother from another mother, how you doing? Chris Murphy, how you doing? So I got new lights and everything. How's it look? I don't have to be shady no more and in the dark. Audio sounds good, thanks. I was trying to fix all that back when I was sitting backstage. Nice to see you here. Here you go, Bar. Here, let me go. so, so I detailed a car today. I had to do a Prius, and I usually don't like sitting doing Priuses because it's like polishing a turd. But this Prius was at a job site where a bunch of concrete fell on it. So they drove home, thought they could just take a rag and wipe it off. Oh my gosh, there was swirl marks everywhere. It sucked. So 5.5 hours later, I polished the turd up. Chris Murphy, I'm the gangster. How cold is it here today? Today wasn't bad. I started at 8 a.m. It was 41. I think it got to like mid-50s, maybe 60 degrees here today. Wasn't too bad. How about over there, Humberto? What did it get? Did it cool off to what, 80 degrees? Tonight's going to be a great live stream. It's going to be pretty good. See, picking lipstick on a pig. That's pretty funny. So tonight's going to be a pretty good live stream. We got a guy he's from Pensacola, Florida. He does a lot of boat detailing. He does also auto detailing also. He's going to be it's going to be good. You're going to learn a lot tonight. It's going to be fun. He started YouTube in March of 2020, if I remember right. I found him in April of 2020, and I was around, I don't know, early 350-ish range, somewhere around there, subscribers. And he blew up in like 8 months. He blew up to almost 5,000 subscribers. He almost made 5,000 by the end of the year. It went pretty good. So he's killing it on YouTube. He makes excellent videos. If you've never seen any of his videos, I got a link of his stuff in the descriptions down below to his YouTube channel for you to click on, hit subscribe. The next link right below it, he has a giveaway that ends tomorrow. And he's doing a giveaway on his channel. If you don't want to put no names in there, just put my name there a whole bunch of times so I can win it. I appreciate that. That'd be great. I like that. And let's see, I forgot what else I put in there. It is at his website. If you guys ever wanted to start your own auto detailing business, I've said before, you always want to check other people's websites and see what they look like. Phil Miranda's got a good website. I have one. Drake's got a great one. He's actually, I like the way when I went on my iPad and it came up and it shows all kinds of stuff. But mainly he does a lot of boats, RVs. He does do some cars. We'll talk about all that tonight. Don't listen to Mike. He's got the new Rupes sitting right there. There it is. Yep. Yep. But I got the G8 and G9 sitting right behind it. I do like those. So Big Red, who is in the stream, he's looking for a new DA. He's looking for one. And he's torn between going to Chemical Guys and getting one. And theirs ain't bad. I have it sitting right here. He wants to get one of these. But I'm telling him, go get one of these. You ain't going to regret it. Pop Smurfs and go get the Max Shine. The Max Shines ain't bad either, but he's on a budget. I want that M21. I think it's what, $250 or something like that for the M21. All right. Let's see how far we're into it. Well, we're 5 minutes into it. I want to bring my co-host in as soon as he puts his head up. He's paying attention to everything else. My co-host, the one and only Papa Smurf.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, there's no cheese plates. There's no cheese plates. Oh, I gotta go, bro. Hold on.
Oh my God, here we go again.
No cheese plates, man. What's up, everybody?
Up audio again. Fuck, that sucks. Hopefully it ain't too bad again.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, but it might be on my end again. I don't know. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
That's some garbage ass crap. I'll make my way through it.
All right. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live stream. It's not a Smurf live stream, but it's a Mac live stream.
Having issues. Let me click on that having issues problem down here. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can click on this. Audio.
Taco plate. That's what I'm talking about, Chris.
I don't freak.
I'm looking for the cheese.
Where's the taco plate? Yeah, where's the taco plate at? Mike dropped off. No, I'm still here.
Mike's dropped off.
I wish I dropped off because my wife just brought me dinner and I want to eat it, but I'm just going to let it sit over there in the meantime.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Blowing the AirPods out. You got the fake ones.
I'm sorry. I'm too excited, guys.
I'm excited tonight, too. We got a very good special guest tonight. It's going to... I know we've had all the guests on products, on how to do things. We've had Lithium, Ethos, Chemical Guys. We've had Phil from Miranda, Rick from Rad Garage, Brian from Fab Automotive. That's all automotive detailing. But tonight is something different. It's still detailing, though. That's what I like about it.
Oh, absolutely. This, I mean...
Oh, the audio works. Look at that. Sounds
I can
great.
hear you.
Oh, I can hear you better now. I clicked on something.
Oh, hey. Big Red said, we ain't going to hate if you smash that pizza, dog. Smash that pizza.
Oh, dude, I want to smash that pizza. Hella bad. I'd rather smash my Coronas, though. But
this is getting a little out of control. I think I need to trim it, guys.
And the Buffalo Bill, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
Oh, nope. That's got to go. Sorry, man.
Hell. Okay, fine.
What's up, Mark, Susie? How you doing, brother?
My brothers from other mothers. And Barbara sent a message today on Eric's video. She went to Alibaba.com and bought all the graphene and they was trying to sell me some.
Yep.
I'm like, come on.
She got that black market for the graphene, man.
I know. Send me a little baggie.
A little black baggie with powder in it.
Yeah.
I got that graphene.
That's what I want.
Everybody wants that nowadays.
Dude, I stick to my I use Avalon ceramic coating. I stick
Humberto. Is this better, Humberto?
Holy cow. Man, you look like
I need some graphene. I need some graphene.
Holy cow.
After you don't realize how long it is, huh? Look at this thing.
Hella long.
I'm going to be Wolverine for Halloween.
I want to break down what's going on. Thanks. Appreciate it. Love the channel. Appreciate it.
Or Abraham Lincoln. I swear, I could probably be a bum, too.
You could be one of them freaking guys that live in Utah that have all their wives.
Can I get some change?
You can work right outside your mechanic shop.
Seriously. Okay.
Hey,
be presentable.
All right.
Everybody. Big Gislinger is in the house. Oh, man.
I still stutter my words when he comes in.
Detail breakdown. Hey, guys, love your channels. Detail breakdown. We appreciate that.
We love you too, brother.
I want to get free space.
Texas Dee Dee, how you doing? joined it just as you were playing with your beard. No, he's not the bum. He's actually my co-host. TXDD.
Who's the bum you picked up on the street? TXDD, she joined in right when I did that.
Perfect. The Amish Smurf.
The Amish Smurf.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, I can come whenever you desire. Yeah.
All right, so we're 10 minutes in. What do you think?
I think we should bring him in, man.
I think so too. So, like I said, this guy started YouTube March of 2020, which is only like 9 months ago. And he blew up. He made it almost 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. He came close. He was like at 4,700 something last time I checked, which was about, let me see. Yeah, he's still at 4,770. Move up to the mic. There we go. Is that better?
Oh, whoa, not that close.
So, tearing it up. And if you don't know about this guy, you're about to know him tonight because, in my opinion, he brings another perspective in detailing. Something you probably never thought about, probably never even wanted to conquer about. So I want to introduce to you all Drake's Detailing. I mean, I clicked on it. Wait, there we go. Add to screen. Look at that.
What's up? You got it. What's up, guys?
He's the main man. Not me. There we go.
We got it up.
The main man.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem.
I got 6 What, girl?
That ain't my dog.
Yapping at me. Oh my gosh.
She wants that pizza, Mike.
No, I don't know if she sees a toy or something. I don't know. She's looking on the other side of my garage. She's looking up in the air and she's barking. I have no idea what she wants. I don't even know what toy she's looking at. I have no clue. But I'm gonna go put her in the house. Eric, hold him for a second. I'll be right back.
I got it, man. So Drake's Detailing, we want to welcome him in, and thank you for sure for coming in and sharing your story and whatnot. When Mike told me you were coming in, I had to check out your channel, and I started watching for the past couple of days, man. And honestly, my hat is off to you. Don't make fun of my bald head, but the one that got me was the 51-foot boat, man. I mean,
oh yeah.
So I always start off my question with, where did it begin? Where did you decide, hey, I want to start detailing boats, and I'm going to make a channel so I can share my knowledge, because it's definitely the knowledge that you bring is real. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I was watching, and that's the most thing I relate to is it's the realness. You're just like, hey, this is real world. We're gonna do it as we go. A lot of great information. So where did you decide, I want to detail boats, and then I want to make a channel to help people that are in this field?
Yeah, for sure. So I guess I'll start a little bit from the beginning.
Yep.
I actually worked, was it probably 7 years ago? I actually worked for a detailer. It was actually a good friend of mine. He hired me for about 8 months and kind of showed me how to detail cars, how to detail boats. But honestly, it was kind of like your typical inside out, just quick wax. On boats, we were washing everything with bleach and Comet and basically destroying them. So he actually had to let me go because it was like winter time and we just weren't making enough money. So he actually fired me. And this was like 2 weeks before I got married.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, my wife to be was just like, hey, this sucks, but do you want to start your own business? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can do it. So and before that, I had no interest in detailing. I never cleaned my own vehicles. I didn't know anything about detailing. So I basically started from nothing. And that was about either 6 or 7 years ago, something like that. And so I started, I built a quick little website, started doing some Google ads, and the work just started rolling in. I wasn't making a ton of money, but I was just doing basic cars. And honestly, when I started my own business, I actually didn't want to do boats at all. I kind of hated doing them because it was like a lot of work. And I didn't have my pricing right because I didn't really know what I was doing, quite frankly. Mm-hmm. So basically, I started doing cars for a while, and I booked the center console. I booked a little bay boat here and there, and I started getting my pricing right. And I was like, dude, I can actually make a lot of money doing boats versus cars. I wasn't your paint correction, your ceramic coating guy back then. I was just your basic sucking French fries, doing, you know what I mean? Like scrubbing minivans for like $250, and it was miserable, dude. I honestly didn't like it. And my hats are off to the auto detailers that love doing it, because I just don't get it, But I started doing center consoles, and then that just kind of evolved into doing bigger boats. And I live in Pensacola, Florida. It's right on the Alabama line, right in Florida. Yeah. So it's as far northwest as you can get, and we're right on the Gulf, and we have a lot of sport fishing boats, a lot of cruiser yachts, and that kind of thing. So I had my opportunity to do one, man, and I made like $8,000 on a sport fishing boat. And it took me about 2.5 weeks, but I made $8,000 in 2.5 weeks. And when I did that, it really opened my mind. I was like, holy cow, I can make some money doing this. So,
good money. Yeah.
So I don't do it because it's super fun. I do it because I make a lot of money doing it, just quite frankly. So yeah, man, that's kind of what happened as far as the timeline of me getting into this stuff. But, what caused me to want to start my channel was first of all, I had a high school kid work for me because he got their school got shut down with all the COVID stuff this last year. And he was like, he come work for me, just, cleaning compartments and stuff. And he was like, Drake, you should start a YouTube channel. And I was like, dude, I ain't got time for that. Like I'm working. I ain't got time for that. And it has been something I thought about for a long time. And, I was like, you know what the heck, let's do it. So he was my first cameraman on my first video. He's like holding the camera and stuff. And dude, we just went for it. And one of the biggest things I think that drove me to do the YouTube channel was that there was no great content for boat detailing.
Exactly.
There's not. And, it's crazy, man. Like, car detailing, you can find anything and everything you want. It's a saturated market. It's crazy. Yeah. But for boat detailing, there was absolutely like nothing. I mean, there was a few guys doing a few boats here and there, but no like true education and helping. Yeah. And really, man, when I started my channel, I went in with one thing in mind, and that was to educate people and try to help as many people as I could, because I had to figure it all out. By myself. I was out there sanding boats, freaking out, stressing out, pulling my hair out, and the only thing you could look up was car detailing videos. There was nothing on boats. So, that's kind of what caused it, man. And, and maybe my videos are good. I've had a lot of people, tell me my videos are good, and, I put a lot of work into them and stuff. But I think the biggest thing, man, is just like, there was a major need and I fulfilled it. And that's what happens, man. When you see something that needs to be done and you do it with excellence, you're going to grow just naturally. So, yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
I remember when I first started watching you, I think I started watching you like probably early to mid-April, which you're about a month into it.
Yeah.
And you had this little piece of shit white truck.
Yeah.
You still got that white truck?
I have a, are you talking about my Chevy, my Silverado?
I know it's a little clunky white truck, and you just basically threw everything in the back.
Oh yeah. And with the rusted, but yeah, I still got that. I still roll that.
Why not? It's paid off, right?
Yeah. It's got rust and stuff, but hey, it works.
Nice.
He's updated on his tetanus shot. He's safe.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I mean, that's one thing with me, man. It's like, I don't go into a lot of debt. And I tell these to my guys that I train, because I started kind of helping some guys out, that want to start boat detailing businesses, and I'll kind of take them along and, help them out. And it's like, dude, I personally don't recommend going into a lot of debt when you're starting out and stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, bro, get yourself a paid off truck, keep it clean. I personally don't keep mine clean. Keep your car clean, show up presentable, and do good work. If you,
what?
Hold on. Maybe his GoPro went something.
His GoPro died. I know that beat.
Yeah.
Just tune us in.
Yep, there it is.
That's all right, guys. I'm going to message him right now and tell him to plug in his GoPro.
Yeah. While he fixes the GoPro.
Now we can chat.
Hold on. I think he's coming back. Let me see. Drake, if you're back, give me a thumbs up. I can see him.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll take him back out for a minute. He's still fixing stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the beep beep of death. Yeah, that is the beep beep of death. Mark, you can't hear me? Is my audio still fucked up?
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
All right, let me try something real quick. I got this little hoopty ass mic. It's not even plugged in. I'm gonna see if this thing will work. Let me see. I don't even know if it'll work. Is that better?
That is much better.
Oh, now I can't hear you. Fuck. All right, hold on. Let me.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
There, is that better?
A little
Well,
bit.
if I have that
Check.
mic plugged in, then I can't hear nothing because it's just a little shotgun piece that went on top of, I don't even remember what. It went on one of the cameras that I used.
Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Well, your audio is better right now.
Oh, the audio's getting all jacked up. All right, hold on. We might have.
What's up? Am I back on?
You're back on. Your GoPro died, man.
No, I don't know what happened. It just turned off, dude.
Have you? You have the 9, right?
Yeah.
Have you updated it?
Yeah, I got everything up to date.
Interesting.
I wonder if it has some type of setting where it might auto turn off after like 15, 20 minutes.
There.
So
possible, but you're back.
well, we shall see. Yeah. So
We
I'm
shall
sorry.
see.
Sorry about
That's all
that.
good. That's all good.
Yeah. So I forgot where I was and all that, but
You were telling us how you had your friend from the high school. Was it a high school?
Yeah. So basically, he just encouraged me to start it, man. And I started the YouTube channel. And like I said, it started growing. And I think one of the big reasons why it grew so fast is because I feel like people can genuinely tell that I'm there to help you and not just like try to make money off of products and stuff, which is, it's just fine. I do, but it's like one of those things. I'm not just there trying to fill it with a bunch of fluff. I'm actually there to try to help people, and that's what it's about, in my opinion.
Definitely. Absolutely. I'm the same way with my channel, man. It's growing. I mean, you started, I think I started late 2019.
Wow.
I mean, you're past me, way past me, but I'm the same way. I just want to help people. I mean,
yeah,
I don't care if I got 1,000 subscribers or 1,500, but if I can help, every one of them, then that's what I'm about. And
yeah, dude. Well, it's cool, man. This last year, I've gotten a few text messages from guys, dude, that are in their 20s, like early 20s, like 23. I just had a guy on my YouTube channel. It's going to drop tomorrow. He's 23 years old, dude, and his first full-time year doing detailing last year, 2020, he made over 130 grand just starting out.
Holy crap.
I know, dude. But a lot of that was like following my advice on pricing and boats. It's mainly boats, man. Like, you can do a lot of money doing cars if you're doing like coatings and corrections and stuff. But I don't know if you're just going to make a lot of money sucking French fries out of Honda Civics.
No, definitely not.
So that's the thing, man. That's why I love doing boats, man. You can make really good money at it, and you can actually have a really good living doing it.
Sorry, I had to fix that. I had to fix myself for a second.
I mean, you got to figure. I mean, the people, the way I see it. I mean, people that can afford these nice boats. I mean, they want to get them maintained, and they can afford to pay the money to keep their boats up. Because who wants their boat to rot, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Well, dude, and that's the thing too. Like, the cool thing about boats is the guys that own boats, that's their baby. Like they will let their family starve before their boat goes.
Here, take this cup ramen.
Dude, it's crazy. It's the craziest thing. And but yeah, man, it's been good. And a lot of the times too, like people with money have boats. You're not gonna find a broke person, with a boat. And if you do, the boat's the first thing to go, and they usually pay you to detail it so they can sell it. So
Exactly.
it's kind of a win-win, man.
Yeah. So
Rick said the chicken nuggets are where the big bucks are. Okay, Rick.
Oh, man.
Chicken nugget,
I don't know if you've ever seen Rick's Rag Garage. He does a lot of ASMR type videos that are actually pretty good. I thought when you first started doing it, your expressions and the way you did everything, it was perfect. I thought. And I think
thanks,
that's
man.
one of the reasons why you're blowing up. Or not blowing up, but you're getting successful at it. You you got nearly 5,000 subscribers in like 8 months. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's honestly, I never thought that in a million years. Honestly, I'm blown away. I'm just as blown away as you. I mean, I'm like, it wasn't anything like I just started out like, hey, I'm gonna have a big YouTube channel. That was not on my mind. I was just like, I'm gonna just put some information out there, and hopefully it helps a couple people. And I guess it is, man. It's going good. And then and since then, dude, I've had so many opportunities come my way with some brand deals. And now I actually have my own e-commerce website where I'm selling boat detailing products.
I've seen that.
So it's growing, man. And it's crazy. I don't know. I can't really explain it.
The competition in your area, what's it like?
It's pretty saturated. I mean, there's a lot of detailers around here. There's a ton of car detailers. It's crazy. And boat detailers, there's a lot too. But one way that I've stood out from the crowd, is just my quality and my pricing.
Yeah.
My quality, my wife is staring at me. I'm like,
your pricing, huh? No,
yeah. Yeah. So my, one big thing, like a couple of years ago, I really delve into making boats perfect. Like that's what I try to go for, and that's when I really found like the Flex 3401 VRG, which I use a lot in my videos.
Yeah.
And that took my game to the next level, like really figuring out how to remove holograms, how to remove swirl marks, ceramic coatings, all of these took my game to the next level. So I tried to, separate myself from the pack. A lot of boat detailers everywhere in the world, they typically only do one thing, and that's they use a rotary with a wool pad, and that's it. They'll wax it and call it a day.
Yeah.
So when I kind of jumped into the market where I'm at, and I'm like, hey man, like we have to, give your boat a nice wet sand, and then we're going to hit it with 2 steps of compound, a heavy cut compound, a medium cut compound, and then we're going to polish it, and then we're going to wax it. Now we're talking 6-7 steps on these boats, and the price would be like $5,000. And when I first started out a couple years ago, customers would be like, what the heck, $5,000? And I'm like, and then they would something I heard all the time was, the other guy is only going to charge me, $800. And I'm like, well, let me tell you what the other guy's going to do, and let's compare apples to apples. What I mean? If you're comparing price to price, why would you go with me? You'd be stupid to go with me. But let's actually compare the work versus the price. And dude, 9 out of 10, I usually get those high-paying jobs. And it's sad, man. A lot of people in my area, I talked to a detailer about 3 months ago. We ran into each other at West Marine. And he was like, man, it's so hard making money out here. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's tough, but it's like, for me, man, it's like that mindset of like, if you think it's going to be hard to make money, it's going to be, but if you believe in yourself and you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to make things the best that you can make them, the customers are going to see that, and they're going to want to pay you more because they see the value that you're giving, and that's just how I've operated,
That's big. That's definitely big. That's very big. I mean, I see it all the time. I know it's not kind of the same, but in our auto shop, I get people all the time. Well, how much to do this? Okay, it's this much. Oh, well, the guy down the street can do it for this much. Okay, and they take it there, and they mess up their car, and then they have to bring it to me anyway. Say, okay,
that would cost twice as much.
Exactly. So if they say, hey, the guy down the street can detail my boat for $800, well, you know what? You're going to go pay the $800, and then you're going to bring it back to me and pay $5,000.
Yeah.
Because they're going to mess it up, and you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, dude. I get that a lot, but honestly, I don't really get that too much anymore. Thank God. It's weird. I don't know why, but maybe just with my YouTube videos, because I post all my YouTube videos like on my website. So if you go to my website, I got YouTube videos everywhere.
Yes, you do.
You know, I got before and afters, I got promos, I got educational videos. So a lot of that stuff, man, just builds credibility. So I have, I'm actually traveling to Jacksonville, which is like 5 hours away from me. In March to do, you know, a $14,000 detail on a big yacht, you know, yeah. And that 100% just came from YouTube. Some people at their marina, you know, gave them my information and like, hey man, he does great work. Check out his videos. And then they called me. So, you know, a lot of that stuff plays into it. Yeah, man. So it's good, you know, and granted, I won't put all that money in my pocket. I got to put 6 guys on it and we're going to take about a week and a half. Yeah. Well, he's actually paying for the hotel and travel and everything. So, so
how long do you think that'll take you?
I'm hoping with all 6 of us, we can knock it out about a week and a half. I'm hoping.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how's that?
It is. Yeah.
Compared to
how do you
did that 51 footer? That one took you 5 days, right?
Yeah, it took us 5 days. And we kind of chilled on that boat too. We weren't working super hard. I got off like every day at like 3 o'clock and we went fishing and like, you know, just hung out in Key West. So it was kind of nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you got this $14,000 detail. How do you strategize that? I know you said you like to set goals for the day, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you strategize that big of a job? You know, you got 6 guys. Do you put certain guys on different jobs? You do team up. You got 6 people. Do you do 2, 2, 2? We're going to do this. You guys are going to tackle this. We're going to tackle that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the way I do like traveling jobs or even sometimes here, you know, I just finished up a big restoration job here. I'll typically subcontract things out a lot of the times. So with my company, I was a little different a couple years ago, but and at the end of 2019, I actually fired everybody in my business. I had 6 full-time employees, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot of moving parts, and it just wasn't really what I wanted for my life, honestly. So I fired everybody. I went back to being by myself and just doing strictly 1099 subcontractors. And that's worked out great. So what I typically do, like when I go to Jacksonville, I hired a local company there that has 4 guys there. So I'm going to contract them to do all the hull. So they're going to be doing everything from the rub rail down on the boat. And then me and another one of my guys that I'm bringing from Pensacola, we're going to basically do the top side. So that's kind of how I'm going to do it. Yeah. And then with that guy, I'm going to pay him a percentage because he's probably going to do like the front and the port side of the boat. And then I'm going to do the back and the, you know, starboard side of the boat. So that's just kind of how we roll. And we just break it up into teams. And then also as me being my job and I'm the leader, I kind of just manage everybody, make sure everybody's on the same page, make sure everybody knows what buffing pads to use, compounds and all that stuff. And we're also going to be ceramic coating it as well. So that's going to be a big, it's going to be a big job on ceramic coating it. Yeah.
How much product, when you do coating? I mean, I could only, you know, we're used to doing, you know, cars with little 50 milliliter bottles.
Yeah. We'll be using about, we'll be using about a liter, probably a liter and a half. Yeah. So it's almost $2,000 in ceramic. Yeah. Just in coating. So,
yeah. So you hear 14,000 to a lot of people. That's like, man, that's a lot of money, but hey, you got to figure supplies, paying people. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that's just like anything, right? It's like, you know, you go make 500. Oh, a car's a little different because there's a huge profit margin in cars, but it's like, you know, you run a business and someone sees. That was a problem with me when I hired employees. You know, they would work with me all day and they're like, bro, you made $700 today. I'm like, no, I didn't. Because I got to pay you. I got to pay gas. I got to pay my website. I got to pay my business insurance. I got to pay products. So it's like, that don't all go in my pocket, man.
I made $200 today, man, to be honest.
Yeah. You made more than me.
Yeah.
So can you read some of the questions as I pop them up? Matt Duffy has a question. Do you use Glide Coat products?
No, I never have. I've heard of them. I've heard actually really good things about Glide Coat, but I have not. My main kind of go-to products are Stark Yacht Care. It's actually a shirt I'm wearing right now. The CEO at Stark Yacht Care has been great to me. I use their products. I use a lot of Ardex products. A lot of people don't know Ardex products because they're like only wholesale. You can only really buy them if there's like a local distributor in your area. But you can get like bulk products and they're just good. Stark Yacht Care has been great. I like Presta. Presta products are really good too on boats. I know, like, you know, boat detailing products are pretty different than you know, car detailing products. Yeah. But Super Clean's great as far as cleaning, you know, compartments and stuff. So
yeah,
but
you use a lot of that around the seats and stuff. That's
yeah. Like when I'm doing like you know, seat cushions or just cleaning non-skid, the flooring or compartments or motors, that kind of thing. Just get you a little bit of diluted Super Clean and it'll knock it right out.
Yep.
Super Clean's awesome. I love Super Clean. Honestly, I use Super Clean for interiors for a solid year. I didn't really use any other products. I mean, I diluted 5-to-1, 8-to-1, 10-to-1. I mean, dude, everything was Super Clean. I mean,
yeah, well, and dude, I mean, when you're doing car detailing too, you got to be. I am a very I just try to keep things super minimal. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not the guy that has like 1,000 products behind me, like Mike here. You know what I mean?
I know. I didn't do that, man.
I like, you know, if for me, I do like Super Clean, you know what I mean? I'd wipe, you know, dilute it down for dashes and cup holders and then, you know, make it a little heavier for bugs on the front and then doing, you know, tire shine. And if there's little coffee stains, you know, hit it with a little diluted, scrub it out and suck it up, you know? So that's personally what I did when I was doing cars. Now, I will say I'm probably not the best car detailer out there. But when it comes to boats, man, that's just my jam. I just love it.
So how do you price a boat?
Yeah, so I price a boat by the foot per step. Okay, so that's typically how I do it. I start everything out at a wash and wax package. That's pretty much everything I do. If a customer just wants their boat washed, my company, we don't really do that. I'll usually sub that out to some other people in my area. But I start everything out as a wash and wax. 99.99% of the time, every boat needs some type of compounding or polishing. Yeah. So I'll typically, like, let's just say if we're doing a, you know, like a 25-foot center console, which is kind of, you know, normal, or like a bay boat or something. Yeah. I'd started out at about, my personal pricing is around 25 to 35 bucks a foot. If you're new to boat detailing, I'd say start out around 15 bucks a foot. And that's going to be cleaning your compartments, cleaning your seats, cleaning your metal, you know, making sure everything's nice and detailed, you know, cleaned. And then we're going to wax the hull and the top side. So all inside your interior. You know, like I said, starting out about 15 bucks a foot, but I'm at about, you know, 30 bucks a foot. And then if there's any compounding that needs to be done, I'll typically, you know, find out, you know, how many steps it's going to take to get the boat looking right. And then I charge typically, like if we're talking about a little bay boat like that, it'd probably be around 20 to 25 bucks a foot per additional cutting step that I have to do. Wow. So, you know, that's where the price can obviously go up pretty high.
So that's basically from waterline up?
Yeah. Not including like underneath it at all. So the only thing I do underneath it is like if there's like that nasty orange stain that they'll get, I'll hit it with some Rust Aid and all that orange like iron marks will come right off, which I don't know if y'all have that problem with like fresh water, but salt water, it's nasty. When they pull those boats out of the water, it's like orange underneath.
Humberto wants to know if you ever use Hula boat care products.
I haven't, man. I've never even heard of that. So no, I have not.
How about Marine 31?
I've heard of Marine 31, and they actually have a really good course too that you can take. I personally, I've used a few of their compounds, but I was never really blown away by them. They weren't like bad. They just didn't wow me or nothing. You know, so and I'm pretty loyal. Once I find a product that works, I'm usually sticking to it unless I find something that just blows it out the water. Which I have been dabbling with some stuff recently that has been doing really good for me. So I'm in the process of kind of switching over my products. A lot of them actually.
Yeah.
Is that the Stark or is that a?
Yeah, it's Stark. Yeah. So I've used Ardex for a long time, but the problem that I was running into is when I started making my YouTube channel, nobody could find it. So I used Ardex products for probably, I mean, you know, the guy that trained me originally used them. So since the beginning, 7 years. And I got really good at them. They're actually not very expensive. They're pretty inexpensive. So that's why I used them. And once a lot of people were writing me like, man, we can't find it. We can't get it. So I was like, okay, I want to help people. So I don't want to show them a product and then them go buy like 3M cleaner wax or something. So I was like, let me find something that these people can buy. So I tried Presta. Presta is really good. I really like Presta. But the Stark products, man, they're a little more on the expensive side. but the quality that you get out of them, plus their customer service is freaking unreal. The CEO at Stark, John Watkins, I mean, he's amazing. I've talked to him on the phone multiple times. I went over there and met him. He's a really down to earth guy. Like, he'll talk to anybody. He doesn't care. You don't have to be a millionaire. He'll help you out the best you can. So just that alone, the customer service and everything, I'm like, dude, I'm sold on him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That makes really. I mean, I've said this in some of my past videos. It's like you can have two products that both work the same, but you can have the support and customer service of the people behind the company on this side, and I'm going to go with that side all day, every day. You know what I mean? For
sure. Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, that's the thing too. Like with Presta, I've used their products a few times, or like I use a Jescar Power Lock a lot. I don't know if you car guys know that. So I've tagged them, dude, and all kinds of stuff. And not once did they ever write me and say, thanks for the tag or repost, nothing, not one time.
Even in detail on this side, we could do the same thing. And there's a couple companies that are the same way.
Yeah. What with Stark, man, I've tagged them a few times, and they've reached out to me. They thanked me every single time I've tagged them and stuff. I'm like, dude, that just goes a long way with me. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Fab's in the building. Fab's in the building.
Fab Automotive Detailing is Eric's brother from a different mother.
Yeah. Hey, I see somebody wrote on here, like, do I do pontoon boats? Can I answer that?
Yeah.
So I think pontoon boats are kind of like the minivan of the car detailing industry.
There's a person in here that wants a minivan.
Yeah. Hey, minivan, dude. Honestly, if you're doing the the carpet cleaning and just your inside and out, minivan's where it's at, man. I was charging like $350 a minivan. You know what I mean? So if you can get the money, you know what I mean, go for it. Because
contract to you if you lived out here.
Yeah. How much are y'all charging?
Like, hey, I'll give you $350. You go do it.
Yeah. How much do y'all charge for like cars and stuff in Cali?
It depends on what it is, but on minivans and trucks, it is my highest rate, and it's around $350 also for interior.
Okay.
And
wow. Okay.
If I gotta put a polisher in my hand, you almost can double it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I don't touch a car for less than $250.
Nice. Yeah.
Unless, the last Honda Fit I did, I had to straggle that one up. I didn't charge anything because I needed to make some footage and test some products. So I was like, give me your car. Let me use it.
Yeah.
He was fiending.
Yeah, I was. But normally I'll do, I get a lot of people that say, oh, I just need a basic wash. I said, I don't do a basic wash. Like,
yeah.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
I do inside, out, detail. Like $250 for a car, SUV, $300 for a truck, $350. And then that's not busting out the polisher at all.
Yeah. Are you waxing at all with that? Like any type of waxing or sealants or anything?
Yeah. I'm doing inside, inside out, two-stage decon. Then I'm sealing the paint up with whatever I feel like I want to seal it up with, whatever product that some company sends me. I'm like, all right, let me try this, ceramic wax. Let me try this.
Yeah.
This, that. Okay, let me do that. And then I also offer them, hey, bring it back to me for, I can do the maintenance washes for a couple weeks to maintain the coating, check on it. Mm-hmm. I don't charge them for that either, because I mainly just do friends and family. So it's like, they're like, hey, how much? I've never really been questioned for price. I said $250, no problem. I said, hey, bring it back to me so I can wash it, do an update video on what I put on it, keep it maintained, take care of it, stuff like that. So they get much more than that. At first, they may think it's a lot, but they get much more than just that initial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you go out and you bid. I'm just going by the example you gave. You got a 25-foot boat. You're going to do a wash and wax. You might have to do a second stage of a compound. So you're probably around $45-50 a foot. You're going to go out there with you and one employee?
No, typically on something like that, I'm going to just roll by myself. I usually do a lot of things by myself unless it's bigger stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go by myself, and that I could probably knock that out in 2 days. You know what I mean? Days? Two. And here's the thing too, man. Like, I could make a lot more money than I do. So I last year, you know, I kind of set a what do I want to say? Like a standard for myself. I'm not killing myself anymore because I killed myself for 6 years straight. So I basically like hit a dollar amount per day or really a weekly salary. And once I hit that, I'm good. So like, you know, I don't try to squeeze in more stuff to make more money. You know, once I hit my weekly salary, I'm good. So if I have a 25-foot boat, that's going to, you know, knock out my weekly salary and I finish that joker by Wednesday, I'm taking the rest of the week off. Like that's just how I do. So, you know, you know, no one, you don't have to do that, but that's just how I got 3 kids. So I'm just trying to be home more, you know what I mean? And dude, for 6 years, I ran day in, day out, 7, 8, 10 hours a day. And it wore me out, dude. I was mentally exhausted, just physically exhausted. And I just ain't trying to kill myself no more. So luckily, you know, with YouTube and now my e-commerce website, it's actually supplementing my income. So, I mean, I only got to really work 3 weeks out of the month now. So it's kind of nice, man.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. That's
more
awesome.
time editing and make those great videos.
Yeah, well, that too. I mean, dude, you know, a lot of people don't know, but I stay up usually till like, you know, midnight, or I wake up at like 4 a.m. and work for a few hours in the morning editing those videos. Cause them YouTube videos, man, I mean, if you go watch my videos, they're like 20 minutes long, some of them. And dude, it takes me 5, 6, 7 hours to edit those, you know, so it ain't no joke.
Yeah. It's not, it's a second job, man. Really.
It is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And I mean, for the first year, you're only making, if you calculate it hourly, I'm making like $8 an hour, you know?
Yeah, man.
So
definitely.
It ain't all riches and glory, but
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
There, you're doing a great job though.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
It's definitely, like I was saying, I got 2 of my buddies that just bought boats and they want me to detail them. And I'm like, well, all I have is, you know, car detailing supplies. So would I be able to tackle that with, you know, my 21 millimeter, you know, long throw and some, you know, fast correcting cream or an aggressive compound, something in that nature? Is that something I could, you know, do, or will it be effective?
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. So a lot of the times, like car products, at least from what I found, most of your heavy cut car compounds are going to act more like a medium or a heavy cut polish on a boat. Okay. So are you familiar with Menzerna 400 at all? You know, Menzerna products. Okay. So Menzerna 400 on a car is pretty aggressive, but on a boat, it takes out swirl marks and light oxidation. So you can almost expect it, like if it's a heavy cut on a car, you know, which is Menzerna 400 is a heavy cut compound technically. It's just a diminishing abrasive, so it'll work down into a polish. But if you use that on a boat, you'll remove a little bit of oxidation and it will mainly take out hologram swirls and that kind of thing. So, you know, to answer your question, a lot of the times on boats, though, you do need to use a rotary with like a wool pad to really cut that oxidation, because that gel coat it's pretty thick stuff. And, you know, to cut off that oxidation, you usually got to use something with a little more cut and force and then finish it up with a long throw or some type of DA or you know, of some sort.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So like my buddy had these decals on the side of his boat, right? And when he took them off, and basically, obviously, there's oxidation, and you can see where those decals are. Rotary would be the best way to kind of take care of the.
Well, if you're wanting to blend that in, you're gonna have to probably wet sand it. Okay. You know, I use a product called Mirka. It's their sandpaper. It's Mirka USA, but it's Mirka Abra Lawns. There's a few different ones, but Mirka Abra Lawns are really good. You can usually hit that with like 1,000 grit wet sand and it'll blend them in. A lot of the times you won't get it completely gone. And if you do get it completely gone, you usually have to go down to like 320 grit and work your way up. And then at that point, you're taking off a lot of gel coat. And so usually what I recommend is if somebody takes off their decals, I usually hit it with like a light, like 1,000 grit wet sand. And then you can usually cut it out with some compound after that. You don't have to go up any higher. You can, but you don't necessarily have to. And then just either leave it and you might see a little ghosting where it was, or just put new decals on, you know?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Spray some polygloss. Spray some polygloss.
Polygloss. Oh man.
That's a fast way right there, right? With the foam gun, Mark.
Mhm.
Hey, I had a guy tell me one time when I was first starting out, he was an older fiberglass guy. And he was like, "Hey man, you really want to make boats shine?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Put some lemon pledge on that thing." I was like, "Dude, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that."
You do use a lot of Dawn dish soap though.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing too. So like a lot of people ask me that, like, dude, Dawn is horrible. It's gonna rip off your wax. And yes, it will, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to rip off the wax. Like, unless it's a boat I'm maintaining. But say a customer calls me and, I don't know who they are and never touched their boat or anything. I'm going to go there and I'm going to strip it with Dawn just to remove any oils, any waxes, anything that might be on it. So it gives me a perfectly fresh surface to apply a sealant.
Yeah.
I don't use any waxes or traditional waxes. The only thing I use now are like polymer sealants on boats or ceramic coating. So.
Nice,
So this is one boat for you, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, talk about 3 of
That's a lot
those.
of Dawn. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is it that you stand on when you're on the water?
Like when I'm doing a boat, like on the water itself.
Yeah, well, I've seen on a couple of your videos.
Oh no!
He got it again.
Monica!
I'm gonna wait to see.
Hold me back in for the close-up, champ. I need some graphene. I need graphene. Oh. Fab didn't get to see that earlier. I was just showing Fab what I look like with the swagger beard.
Amish Smurf, Fab. Amish Smurf.
I need to get my car detailed.
DRD, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Drake's having some technical difficulties. He'll be right back. He got abducted by his wifey.
Uh-oh. She took him out. What's up, Don't Ride Dirty? How you doing?
So, do you know how late it is? You can wake the kids up. Bam!
Fab, that's exactly what I said. I know that beep anywhere, man. I know that beep anywhere.
That's right.
Oh, man. Hey, guys. So I do have what's sitting outside right now is that Toyota Corolla with the Ethos Graphing Matrix. That is going to be a video for tomorrow that I'm shooting.
Nice. Oh, looking like a Wolverine. That's it. Adele said you look like a Wolverine.
I know. That's why I said I'm going to be Wolverine for Halloween. Shing.
So let me ask you guys that are in the chat. How are you guys getting? Are you guys getting some good knowledge of what Drake's bringing to us? I see he's coming back in with another fresh battery. I'm gonna bring it back in. I'm hoping you all taking some great content from him.
What's
Sorry,
up,
guys.
man? He's back.
Hey,
All
welcome
right.
back. There's a fresh
I think I
battery.
fixed it. Okay. No, well, hey, I got it, dude. You should see my setup. I wish I could show you guys. I got lights. I got everything set up, but it's got a freaking auto turn off after 30 minutes. So I just fixed it. So we should be good.
All right.
Perfect.
I never used this thing as a webcam before, so I'm like, God, I hate when dude. I'm like, so like everything needs to be perfect, and so this is literally driving me nuts right now.
That's all good. Hey, dude,
That's right. We'll put this in the blooper.
It's supposed to be perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
we do perfect anyways.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
It's all right.
You get about 95% perfect, and we're good with that.
That's good.
I agree.
Okay. And ain't nobody in the chat gonna hate on it anyways.
Yeah.
Get the
I
knowledge.
better.
You know, Eric and I, we bring these streams either on Saturdays or Sundays, and we're here to drop the knowledge. That's all we're here. And this week, you are dropping the knowledge.
Sweet,
Yeah.
man. I hope everybody's I hope people are getting some value out of this, man. I really do. Yeah.
That's why you're like, tell me the thing. You know,
I know I've seen you do a few boats too, man. So you must do a few, right? I mean,
I've done the same one a couple of times.
Okay.
But I don't even know if I can find the product I use. I know it's
Mike, there's a spider on your back.
Oh, here's my spider. Oh, there it is. Hey, and I know this ain't the best shit, and I know it ain't. But this is what I use.
Oh, the boat wax, yeah. I think that's isn't that just butter wet wax, just with a different label?
Yeah, somewhat. And I do have another one that's pretty strong. I have a rotary.
Yeah.
And I do have all bullshit aside, I did watch a few of your videos first. Then I went out there.
Come on.
The first time I did his boat, I went to his place. And I did it. and the trailer that I have has got an 1 7/8 ball, but his trailer had a 2-inch ball, so I had to carry 2 hitches. But if you've seen my truck, it's a bitch to flop the hitch up because I have to have an 8-inch or a 10-inch drop because I got a big truck. So I told the guy, I said, listen, if I'm gonna do your boat again, I'm gonna tow it to my house.
Yeah.
I'll go pick it up. So now he just texts me like once every other month. Go get the boat, and he'll call the dock master. Hey, I'm coming. And then I just go there, pick it up. I bring it over here, and I do water line up. And well, first he told me just give me 2 hours, give me 2-3 hours on it. I'm like, all right, $200. If you only want that, fuck you. Then it's $200.
Yeah.
Most of the time I like the outside done anyways. He's like, would you get the outside done? No. And you're like, well, why did you get the side? Because you only tell me 2 or 3 hours. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Yeah.
So,
well, he wouldn't like me because I'd take like 3 days on it. So.
yeah, I told him. I was like, because my starting rate is $25 a foot. And I got that, I think, probably from following some of the advice that you've been giving.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you want to, just so everyone knows, if you go on my channel, I actually have a full video. I think it's like a 20-minute long video where I break down my pricing process for smaller boats. So if you want and I think I have a little like a downloadable PDF thing that I made that you can print out and stuff too. So.
Oh no! Hey, how do you think I got my $25 a foot?
Yeah, hey, there you go. I'm trying to make that a trend.
I watch all your videos. Your shit's good.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You sweat your ass off, but of course you got that humidity there.
Yeah. Well, I'm like sweating right now. So.
Hey, so Chris Murphy wants to know: is the gel coat on a boat thicker than what's on a travel trailer?
Oh yeah, God, yeah. It's
right?
Dude, travel trailers. The gel coat is so thin on those things. Boats are probably honestly probably 10 times as thick as a travel trailer.
I bet.
So yeah, travel trailers are I don't even know how they get away with putting so much. It's tiny, man. It's like a clear coat. You know what I mean? Just a couple mils thick. Yeah, paper thin. It's insane. That's why travel trailers oxidize and fade so fast too. You know, you'll get a 2015 that ain't been washed or nothing, and jokers look like they're 20 years old. That's just because they fade. And you got to be careful too. If you go buffing on a travel trailer, with like wet sanding and stuff, it's easy to blow through that gel coat and go straight to fiberglass like that. Oh. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do that.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So Barbara, she's like one of our mothers in the group. She wants to know what are the difficult challenges in detailing boats.
Difficult challenges. I think typically it's just probably more overall work. Mm-hmm. A lot more machines, a lot more products. It's dirtier. I mean, you get compound flung all over you all the time. So I think that's one of the. Yeah, I mean, anything, man. There's so many edges and corners, and I mean, when you're inside of a boat and you got a rotary machine, I don't know if you have a lot of experience with rotaries. If you hit one wrong thing, that thing's gonna fly up and hit you in the face and kick you out. So
that gets edited out.
Bro, I can't do. I've had a bunch of close calls with rotaries. I mean, just fly past me, knock me off boats. So they'll knock you out, man. So I think if I would say the biggest challenge with detailing boats is probably just overall just more work, you know what I mean, than a car. I mean, cars are relatively easy and pretty straightforward. You know, you go there, you vacuum out, you wipe down. There's not a lot to it. Whereas boats, every boat is different. Every gel coat is different. It could be the same manufacturer, same year, but the gel coat is going to respond 2 different ways. And not to get too technical on gel coat, but it has to fire off in the gun. It's a 2-part. It's basically like a 2-part epoxy technically. Mm-hmm. And when the firing agents go, if they don't mix it just right, whoever's spraying the gel coat that day, it'll react different. So every day, every gel coat is different, and it makes it very difficult for predicting what you need to do. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you do when you get a soft one? Like, because I know it's like, so you get a nice boat. And I know it'll be visible. You'll see that like the dark brown part of the area is real soft. What do you do?
What do you mean, like as far as buffing it, or
Yeah.
what you talking about? Well, it just depends on what it needs, you know.
Okay.
And that's the thing too, man. It's like, I mean, it's just like paint correction on a car. It's like, you know, there's really no like one step that'll fix it all. You know, it's like, you know, you might have hard paint or soft paint. It's the same way a gel coat. And some boats are painted, so it's like there's really no like one product does it all. But what I have found, and if you go watch a lot of my videos, is like I try to find a system that generally works on everything, and then there's just minor tweaks in that system. So a lot of the times that's just like different RPMs. Like if I'm running at a different RPM or a different speed, or maybe even pressure, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to push a little more. Sometimes you got to have off a little pressure. So there's a lot of like variations in it, man. That's just hard to teach.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I was trying to ask before you lost your battery in the last, or before you so when you stand on those floaties,
Yeah.
And I remember when I watched that one where you went south and you had to do that 51 footer. You stand on the floaties. It was that catamaran, and you know what is that?
It's just a floating work platform. So the one that was in that video, that was actually the customer's. He just let us use it, but I have it's called a Solstice, I think. Solstice. It's a 5 or an 8x10, basically, and it looks like an air mattress, basically. Oh, okay. You just pump it up when you get to the job. It folds down. You pump it all up. And it just, I mean, it's super thick and really nice. And then you just take some ropes and suction cup to the side of the boat, and then you just go to town. But I try my absolute hardest to not get on those things because they suck, dude. I mean, when you're on a work platform and then when you're running a machine on it, you know, you can only stabilize it so much. So when you're running a machine, you don't even, you know how you move your body. Well, not on those. You keep your body straight and it moves for you. You just like float in the water. So when you want to go right or left, you just turn the machine and you'll just end up floating.
Just go with it.
You just ride it out. So it's hard. So a lot of the times, like on those bigger boats, I'll typically require it to get pulled out, like on a shipyard or something, and then do it from scaffolding. That's the easiest way.
So I've seen on a couple of your videos where you're harnessed off, you know, you're on this, you know, this 3-layered boat. What do you call those ones that are the driving unit up high?
Sport fisher.
Yeah, and then you harness yourself off. You got rope coming down.
Yeah.
And you got extension cords tying off everywhere.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a pain in the ass, huh?
Oh, dude, it sucks. You know, that's exactly. I mean, honestly, that's why we charge. You know, I see Coastal Extreme Power Wash, and he's a really good friend of mine on here. He loves detailing boats. So
he was leaving me a comment how you put these floaties on your arms when you're on.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. No, he's it's funny. He started a power washing business because boat detailing sucked so bad. He got out. But yeah, man, I mean, we'll do like the front of those brows, like, cause they're so high up and they're so steep that you actually need like rock climbing gear. That's all it is. It's not like safety harnesses. I had to go to a rock climbing store and get rock climbing ropes and harnesses, and that's all we do. We lock ourselves in place, and then we got our buffers that kind of clip to our sides, and then we just go to town buffing.
That's nuts.
That's crazy, man. I couldn't even imagine doing that.
Yeah, it sucks, honestly.
Yeah. So DRD wants to know is why does WD make my res boat shine like crazy for like 15 minutes till it dries? He's got one faded spot. Someone told him to try it.
WD-40 on a boat?
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, no offense, but please don't do that. That's I'm gonna guess it's probably because it's got oils in it, and the oils are filling in the gel coat. So a lot of people. A gel coat's not like paint. Gel coat is very porous. So if you took a magnifying glass to it, you'd see trillions of little holes in it, little bitty microscopic holes.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, and this is where boats, you can get messed up with boat detailing, is you go and you wax a boat, or you put WD-40 or anything, Pledge, anything on a boat. It'll look really nice and shiny. And then 20 minutes later, or usually the first time you get it wet, all those oils dissipate, and then you see what's left because it just basically clogged in those holes. So what you want to do and this is what I explain to a lot of customers, is sanding it down, compounding it out, rebuffing it. And that's how you actually fix the surface versus just putting something on it to make it shiny for, a couple hours or a week.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why it takes a lot of ceramic coating, because when you go across that one time, it's absorbing in those little pores. So you have to come across it at least a couple more times, huh?
Yeah. So typically on boats, we usually, typically is a 2-part. It's two coats. Sometimes you have to do 3 because boats are so porous, man. And that's what sucks with ceramic coating. And that's why ceramic in the marine world gets a bad rap a lot of the times, because once the gel coat starts to deteriorate and starts to break down, basically those trillions of little holes turn into billions and then turn into thousands. And then you can actually start to see them. If you look really close, you see it looks like somebody took a needle and just stabbed the living crap out of it.
Wow.
Once you start seeing that, your gel coat is pretty porous and just about shot. So if you go putting ceramic coat on that and you're a detailer and you're like, yeah, it's going to last, 3 years, dude, 6 months later, it ain't going to be beating, ain't going to be doing nothing because it's so porous that it just sucks in and dissipates. So, that's the problem with marine ceramic. A lot of people, marine ceramics will usually last for about 2 years. But if you have a severely oxidized boat and then you try to put ceramic on it, it's only going to last a few months,
Wow.
So yeah, it's just because the gel coat breaks down so fast.
Typically on a ceramic coating in salt water, how long would you say it lasts?
Yeah. So it typically, the most I've ever really seen it last is around that 2-year mark.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a thing that I ask people all the time. Like, what do you mean by it lasting? Mm-hmm. Because, ceramic coating on boats, it's a little different on cars. Yeah. On boats, the number one thing ceramic coating is good at is slowing down oxidation. That's it. Okay. So the 9H hardness, the ease of clean, setting your freaking boat on fire, like Ceramic Pro likes to show. Like, I'm like, don't light your boat on fire, please.
We have a detailer. His name's Fab Automotive Detail. He lit one on fire before.
Oh man, dude. So so that's what when someone says how long does it last, I usually if I correct a boat and I ceramic coat it well and I do all the proper steps, it'll usually take about 2 years before the boat's going to start fading again. It'll often in salt water, it'll often lose its water beads and water sheeting within like 6 months if you don't replenish it with like a SiO2 or something. Mm-hmm. It'll usually lose its water beads. So a lot of people will be like, dude, the ceramic coating sucks. 6 months later, it doesn't bead. And it's like, well, just because it's not beading doesn't mean it's not actually doing its job. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, its job is to just stop oxidation, not necessarily bead super sexy. But everyone likes to see the nice, sexy beads. So
sexy beads. Yeah.
That beads, Barbara.
Well, hey, and that's why I tell people, like, if you do ceramic coat your boat, or even if you ceramic coat your boat, or just apply a sealant, get yourself a nice SiO2 spray. And dude, I freaking even the turtle wax ceramic spray was actually pretty good. I tried that. It actually works really good. Stark makes a really, really good one. So, once a month, go ahead and just spray some SiO2 on your boat and wipe it down. And that's going to keep it really easy to clean. It's just going to keep the water, beading and sheeting right off.
Nice. So Humberto wants to know, he says, ask him if he does rugs in a boat. He had to figure out how to use a multi-purpose cleaner and a brush and a microfiber, and dang, the microfiber kind of get grabbed by the rug.
Yeah. So if there's carpet or rugs inside of a boat, a lot of wake boats and that kind of thing, older wake boats will have that. You can use a little bit of super clean, honestly, with a brush or a drill head, put it on a drill. Do that and get you a good old shot back and just suck it out. Nice. Or if you can pull them out, if they're just buttoned carpets, if you can pull them out, just like that, Papa Smurf. Yeah. So if you can pull them out, go ahead, hit a little super clean on them. Do that drill brush. If you don't have the drill brush, just do it by hand and then just pressure wash them things out. Just go really good on the pressure washer. And then, obviously try to suck them out as much as you can with the shot back, and then just let them dry, and then you're good. That should work. Yeah.
So how did Stark approach you on your giveaway? And does it end tomorrow? Like, is it
yes.
tonight or tomorrow? Like,
it'll end. Yeah, I mean, I said it ends January 10th, so it'll end like midnight or 11:59 tomorrow night. So you got all day tomorrow to enter. Yeah,
everybody go enter, man. Everybody go enter.
Yeah,
and the link is in the description. I do have it there. The first link is his channel, which is you go there to subscribe. If you go there to subscribe, that's his latest video. If you don't want to go there to subscribe, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to, the next link below that is that video of his giveaway.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So to answer your question, how they approached me, I actually approached them. So they, we just like I said, their customer service was phenomenal. I just wrote them. I was trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That was my goal. I was like, man, I think I could do it, but we came up a little short, and
it's okay.
It's cool.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about it. But one of the things is they we just had a good relationship, and they're like, hey man, if you need anything, just let me know. So I was like, hey, they actually just released. It's one of the first marine graphene coatings. So they just released it on the 7th. So what is that? 2 days ago, they just released it. Well, I heard some talk about it, and I was like, hey man, I want to do a giveaway. Would you guys be willing to hook me up with a bottle and everything that you need to apply it? So, and they did, dude. They sent it all to me, and it was great. And then I personally went and bought a Griot's Garage G9. That's a machine that I like to just wax with and do some sanding with.
Clifford, did you hear that? That's another guy who likes the G9.
Yeah, it's a good little machine, man. I mean, for the price, I also have a Rupes Mark III, and I mean, for the price, dude, I'm gonna stick with the Griot's Garage. I mean, just for the price, Now, if I'm doing cars and correction, that's a little different story. But for what I'm doing, dude, I mean, I'm not afraid to get the Griot's wet. The Mark III, if I get it wet, I'm like freaking out a little. So,
but $50 on this, I don't want to get it wet.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So so in my giveaway, this is the new graphene coating right here. It's called Liquid Kraken. Hey, if you watch my story, dude, I went to go talk about it. I was like, man, I got some Liquid Kraken, and I was like, I'm a little immature, I guess. So I just think of sweaty butt cracks every time I don't know. But
that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. I was watching your story this morning driving to work. Actually, I had to play on my Bluetooth. I was laughing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, in the giveaway. So if you guys want to check it out, it's basically the coating. I have a polish in there that is kind of like a primer before it. It's going to come with a pad. It's going to come with G9, the Griot's Garage G9, and a free T-shirt. So it's like a $500 value. So it's a pretty sick little setup. So
that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So have you personally tried this graphene on a boat?
I actually haven't. I have not had a chance to. It literally, like I said, I just found out about it like a week ago. Mm-hmm. So, and as soon as I heard that they were releasing it, I was like, hey man, send it over to me. So I personally have not tried it. I actually have zero experiences with graphene. I don't have any experiences because I know it's not super fresh.
It's new to the industry.
Yeah, it's new to the industry, and I know it's been more in the car world, and I'm sort of out of the car world right now, so I haven't really had much experience. But during the testing and stuff, the guys at Stark, they did say it's very comparable to the ceramic, but it has a higher water contact angle. Mm-hmm. So all that means is that when the water hits it, it's going to fly off faster, basically, so that's going to help with water spots, not having nasty water spots on your boat. It's going to help with drying it. So that's all they said. They were like, bro, it's basically ceramic. That's going to beat a little bit better. So
that's what we hear on the auto side also.
Yeah. Sweet.
Pretty much the same thing. I've noticed too on the car that I'm doing an update on tomorrow. It's going on 5.5 months, and it's been raining for the past 2 weeks, and it's been 6 weeks since I've washed it. Dude, that thing looks like it's so clean. It's just sitting out front. It just looks so clean already because the water, no water spot issues.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
do they recommend you guys like maintain them with like an SiO2 or something like that, or?
They do recommend maintaining with some kind of topper, which I use their ceramic shampoo.
Okay.
And top it with their either ceramic refresh, which is an SiO2 topper, or their Defy, which is from Ethos that goes on it. But yeah, man, I'm impressed, man. It's the only coating I've done, but I'm just when I pulled into my house and I saw it, it was just shining. I mean, it just
Is Mama Bear trying to get you to get off?
No. She was talking to me though.
Like, you're dead.
She's like, hurry up.
You said 1 hour.
I'm going to bed without you. You're sleeping on the couch.
No. Yeah. You know, hey, I have heard too that the graphene coating does give it a better shine too. So I did hear that. So I don't know how or why. I don't know the scientific reasons. I think, was it Chicago Auto Pros or something like that? They have like a really long video where they go into the science and everything of it. And I watched a little bit of that, but, you know, so yeah.
If you want to see the science of graphene, Pan the organizer, he's done 2 different interviews of one with Turtle Wax and their graphene guru. And they did another one. I can't remember the other guy though. He's done 2 different interviews, both of them talking about graphene.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that one, I'd recommend checking those out.
Yeah.
He talks a lot about graphene. On 2
We also had Tim with Ethos card
Oh yeah,
carrying.
Tim with Ethos. He's been on this channel.
Sweet.
And, if you go to Pop the Smurfs one, or links in the description, Tim, he also talked about the chemistry behind the graphene part and how
how they take it. I'm like you. I don't know much about it, but there's an involved chemical, thing that has to go on with having to take it and make it usable in a product and everything.
Yeah. Well, it has to form like a resin almost. So like they have to have a carrying agent that spreads it across so it can dry into a hard resin. Exactly. It's actually like a powder form. It's like black chalk. Like
Barbara, which is in our chat, she went to Alibaba.com supposedly and bought a whole bunch. That's our so, hey, so in your opinion on this graphene, do you think this will also be working on cars and they just put marine ceramic coating on it?
Probably. I don't know for sure. I have, so on my truck, which, I test things. I've put auto, I've done, IGL's auto, ceramic. I've done SB3. I've done a few other ceramic companies as far as auto, and I've done marine on my hoods, and it all does the same. It all beads the same. So honestly, it's probably all the same crap.
Yep, you're right. Probably.
What I will say though, John, the CEO at Stark, he did tell me that this coating specifically was formulated a little different for thicker gel coat. So it doesn't seem to be as liquidy as a ceramic. It almost seems to be a little thicker. So maybe the formula is a little thicker. So it might actually last longer, than a car product.
Gotcha.
So have you done any type of acid washes to a boat before? And if you have, what are the circumstances?
Yeah, I try to stay away from acid washes. I just find them slightly, kind of irrelevant for what I'm doing, because a lot of the times I'm going to sand them, I'm going to compound them anyway. So I don't really want to use like heavy chemicals to strip it off because I feel like it's just going to etch the gel coat more than it already is.
And Dawn dish soap works just fine.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So Dawn is just enough, acidic to it where I feel like that cuts off that chalk. Like sometimes if you go up to a boat and it'll be kind of chalky, that will cut it off. Or I even, in my foam cannon, I'll even take a little super clean sometimes and put a little super clean in there because that'll be acidic too. Yeah. And, clean it with that. You don't want to do it super heavy because it can sometimes leave streaks and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, you hit it with a little super clean and that'll work too, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely the newest word in the industry. Oh yeah. So, so the other guy, it was from 303, 303 was the other person that he did his interview with on the graphene.
Oh, really? 303.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it was Turn of Wax and 303.
Nice.
So
nice.
he has both of those. If you go to Panda Organizer channel, you'll see it there. He does quality work also. He is very, very. If you don't know him, he's very, very smart in detailing. He's 23 years of experience in detailing.
Wow.
He went to college in science, chemistry, and all that stuff. So when he talks, he knows what he's talking about. Unlike us, that are sitting here in this live chat.
We just regurgitate what we read online.
Yeah. That's why we watch the channels.
Yeah.
So when you first started, how many boats did it take you to say, okay, I got this. This is what I'm going to use. This is garbage. This is good. How many boats went by?
Yeah, I'd say it was probably, I don't really know the boats, but probably took me at least 3 to 4 years to figure it out. I mean, it took me a while, man, because, you're just trying to figure it out. And I will say I had no content to direct me, so I knew nothing, dude. I had to learn everything on the fly by myself because there just wasn't any information out there. So when I started wet sanding, I was just guessing a lot of the times, which, I don't know how I didn't destroy stuff. You know what I mean? I've had a few close calls and some where I had to I burned through a little bit. So I had to get a gel coat guy out there to fix some spots. But man, I just learned everything on the fly. So my buddy, actually the guy that had the pressure washing that we saw earlier, he actually went to a formal training through Ceramic Pro. He went through Ceramic Pro Marines formal training. And then we got kind of linked up together after he did that. And that's actually what taught me the whole Flex 3401 and Manzerna 400 and kind of opened my eyes to a lot of stuff when he actually went to a professional training. And then what I did is when I took that, I was like, okay, so let's find out what works a little better. Let's kind of tweak it from there. And honestly, to this day, I'm still tweaking. So to answer your question, to say I finally figured it out, I still ain't figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're doing good though.
Yeah. I just figured out a lot better from when I first started.
So is your wife still there or no?
No.
Okay, so when you first started, I'm sure you were sweating more than you were now when you first started because I'm sure you had to do a lot of low balling just to get in there before you became a lot better.
Yeah.
How much stress did you put upon yourself when you first started, the first 3-4 years you're talking about, before you can just take a step back?
Dude, well, I say I like to, I was killing myself because quite frankly, I was. It was I was working so hard. And I was in a weird place because it's we got married and we got pregnant right away. So 3 months into being married, we were already pregnant. So I basically started a business, a marriage, and a family all within the same year.
Wow.
So yeah, it was crazy, man. And and then we had them back to back. So I have 3 now. They're 5, 3, and 1 years old. And I'm only 27, so I'm still pretty young.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think about, growing a family, growing a business. So for my first 4 or 5 years, man, I was pretty cheap on everything. I was doing my cars. I was doing, $150, $180 full detail inside and outs. I was doing a little bit of paint correction for $400, just nothing crazy. And then my typical average boat was around $400 to $500. So I was on average making about, $500 to $700 a day, anywhere between that.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, I was really bad with money. I was taking out credit cards. So it's I just had a lot to learn, man. Yeah, for real. Yeah, exactly. And then, I started making a little money. So I went and bought a truck and had 2 car payments. And it was just man. So it actually, and then on top of that, man, I dealt with a little bit of depression and crap. So with work and depression and, it all freaking made me implode for a little bit. So that's why at the end of 2019, I was like, the hell with all of this. I'm done. And I basically fired everybody and just took a big step back.
Yeah.
And just reprioritized my life because, man, when I first started, I didn't even know how much money I needed to make. I just knew I wanted to make more. Like that was my mindset, was like, I just want to make more. I just want to make more, you know? Whereas now I have a number, and I know if I hit that number, I'm okay. I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to go out to eat with my wife. My kids are going to eat. So it just, all that stress is just gone now. You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, my website has, you know, has SEO now. So I don't do a lick of advertising. I haven't paid advertising in almost 2 years. Not one bit of advertising. So I have word of mouth. I have SEO on my website. Like if you're in my area and you type in boat or auto or RV detailing, I'm #1 on Google. I'm #1 on Google Maps. So, I mean, dude, I can just sit back and coast at this point, which is, I mean, it's amazing, honestly.
That is, man. I mean, you say you're 27, right? That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's very, very good, especially coming from a young age to mature, so still so young, because you know, we're way older than you.
Yeah.
53.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, and too, man, when I was 19, 20, I was a freaking punk, you know what I mean? I was freaking fighting people, drinking, getting arrested, all this crap. So it's like, I had to do a complete 180 on my life, man. And that's what it was. Just, I was going through a lot of spiritual stuff and physical stuff and family. And it was like, it was intense, dude, intense, you know, but yeah, I'm on the flip side of that now, man. And it's been it's been a hell of a journey. But honestly, if I wouldn't have gone through all that sucky situation and stress and all this stuff and low pricing, and I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I don't regret it for anything.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. You can't regret it, man. I mean, like you said, that the most important thing right there that I heard you say was that mental health, man. I mean, that mental health can really, really take a toll on you and put you in a bad place.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Well, I mean, for a long time, man, I felt like I was doing something wrong, or I felt like something was wrong with me, because I'm like, everybody else on the internet's figured it out. You know what I mean? They're all living their dream, their passion, and I'm out here sucking French fries out of damn car seat. You know what I mean, dude? It played on my mental. Like, I mean, for a while, I just looked at myself as a car washer. You know, so it's like, I had to get rid of all that crap, man, and actually know who I am as a person, and not like get my identity from what I do, but get my identity from, you know, who I am as a person. Who I am, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, man. So, and I coach, you know, the people that I help, you know, build businesses now. I coach them on that, dude, because I feel like that crap is more important than doing marketing and doing this stuff. I'm like, bro, get yourself right, because when you're right, I feel like when I'm mentally good and I'm physically good, I typically do better work. I typically go the extra mile. I'm in a much better mood, man. So, you know, that's a big component with me.
Definitely, man. You're in a better place. You're gonna do overall. You're gonna be better. I don't know if you ever heard of The Secret, but the law of attraction, man. Positive vibes, man. Then, you know, if you wake up with a negative attitude thinking, okay, today's going to suck. Well, guess what? Today's going to suck, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, dude, I mean, that's a big part of it, man. Is like, I have watched that. I've read many books too, but it's like one of those things, man. It's like, if you're focused on negative crap all day, you're just going to have a bad day, plain and simple.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
hands down.
100%. Yeah. And I wish I could say I'm perfect at that, because I'm really not, but
so when you when you first got into detailing and you're working for somebody, HM wanted to know, did you start doing cars first or boats first?
It was both at the same time, because that guy, he did cars, boats, RVs, and motorcycles. So I think my very first vehicle I ever did was a car, and then later on that week we did a boat. So he just kind of trained me on everything. And the way that we did it, I was a W-2 employee of his company, but what happened is I trained with him for like a month and a half, and then I just picked it up pretty naturally. And then I kind of ran my own like crew. So, well, I say crew, it was only me, but he had a little trailer with a water tank and stuff hooked up. And then I went and do cars and boats and RVs, and he did them too. And, in my area, if you're only doing cars come winter time, like after August, once the kids go back in school, it's dead, dude. I mean, your business drops off significantly. which is reason why I got into boats, because the bigger boats, the sport fishing boats, the cruisers, a lot of those boats have to come out of the water every single year to get their bottom redone. They get maintenance. So they all come out during the winter. So I would do cars and RVs during the summer, all year long. And then come October, November, December, January, February, then I'm on those big boats. So my actual slow season right now is typically like June, July, and August. That's my slow season.
Yeah, because everybody's enjoying the summer, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. People have already got their boats detailed. And in 2020, I maybe detailed 10 cars, maybe. I did nothing but boats. So, and now I'm pretty much not really doing cars at all anymore. I don't really have time to,
Are you going to keep it on your website? Because it's still there.
Yeah, I am. So I have two 1099 subcontractors because dude, I probably get 20 leads a day. I mean, for cars, boats, RVs, so they'll come into me, and I have two 1099 subcontractors that I'll just literally send them the job. They call the customer and basically say, hey, I got your information from Drake's Mobile Detailing. We're one of their trusted contractors. How can we help you? And then they'll go do the job, and then they just cut me a percentage check when they're done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away for 1 second, but I'm not going to fuck with my screen, because every time I fuck with it, the audio gets jacked up. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Do you, Papa Smurf, do you do any boats at all? Or you said you got some friends, but.
No, I don't. Like I said, I got two friends recently that want me to do their boats. And one of them he basically wanted me to polish. He took his decal off and it's oxidized. I went and looked at it and I said, okay, you could definitely see it. It's not like horrible, but he was like, yeah, man, let me know when you can do it. And I said, I know it's probably going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's the type of person that wants to
pay for it.
I'm like, you know what? I'm at the point nowadays where my time is money, man. Because I work 6 days a week, and my only free days are Sundays. And I've got two kids. My daughter, she's 8. My son, he's 2. And my free time is very valuable to me. So if I'm going to be taking time away from my family, I want to be at least making a little bit of money.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I had to cut out a lot of things in my business, because it just wasn't practical anymore. You know what I mean? Like I could go do a boat and make 800 to 1,000 in a day, or go do 2 cars and make 300. I'm like, dude, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're gonna take that more. That's more value.
Yeah, for sure.
And like my wife, she doesn't work right now, so I'm the only income. So was that a beer, Mike?
I was on the way back. I had to pass the refrigerator to get back out.
Oh, okay.
He just had to get it. He had to get it.
Yeah. So I'm like the only.
I thought grabbing one.
So I'm like the only income right now. So detailing on the side is really been like a little bit of extra cash, that's coming in, especially the YouTube channel. Like I said, I didn't start the channel to like make money. You know what I mean? I started my channel to help people, especially like in the detailing world. I'm sure you can relate to boats as well as automobiles. There's a lot of people that want to get started. They don't know where to start, and they see all these big channels that they're kind of like intimidating, and they're like, you need to do it this way. You need to have this product, or else you're not going to get good results. And well, unfortunately, when I started, I came across some small channels, and I said, hey, if they could do it, then why can't I do it? And so that's where I started. I started to help people and encourage those people. Hey, you don't need to go and spend $400 or $500 for someone to polish your car. You could do it yourself. It's easy. It really is easy, and that's why I started my channel to
it's
help.
So easy. Even Barbara does it.
Yeah.
She got that secret graphene stash.
And now, I was gonna say, now she's flipping graphenes.
She is too. Yeah, she's flipping. I told her I want her to send me a little baggie as a sample.
Yeah.
That better be graphene.
So everybody at the beginning of the year, especially as a business owner like you are, sets goals for the new year. Now that the new year has come around, what is your goal for 2021?
My goal for 2020. Sorry, my daughter walked in. Come here.
My son wanted to come out earlier. I'm like,
Sorry. Yeah. So my goal for 2021, honestly, it's not really detail related. I just have some health goals that I'm trying to get done because I'm just trying to get overall healthy. And two, I think my big goal, man, is I want to help at least 5 people start and make about $60,000 this year. That's been my goal. I have a few. So on my Instagram account, I have a lot of people that I kind of mentor, like personally on my Instagram account. I'm trying to be very diligent about getting back to every single person. Well, I have a few people that have reached out and be like, hey, I'm trying to start a business. So I've kind of coached them through. We built them websites. And we're just going. So my goal is to try to get at least 4 to 5 people making 65 grand this year. That's what I want to do. I feel like that's like my future in this YouTube stuff is just really helping people grow their companies because, I just want to see people succeed, man. That's just kind of the person I am.
that's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's her name?
It's Ellie Rose. Say hi.
Hi, Ellie.
No, she's tired.
And she looks tired.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So like, that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm also making some moves. I don't really want to release it right now, but I am making some moves into getting some educational type stuff, some courses. I have right now we do build websites. I have a really good friend of mine along with myself where we build websites for detailing companies. So they built mine, or actually I personally built mine, but we linked up together. So with the YouTube channel last year, not only was I making a little bit of money from the products that I was using, but I was also making money from consulting. We do some consulting and web design. So that's been a good one. And personal training. I've had a few people come to me and we did like hands-on training. So that's just kind of where I'm kind of running. I'm kind of going into more of the educational side and just seeing if I can make a little money, doing that versus running a buffer all day, every day. Coming home covered in compound.
You don't like that?
No, not really.
I got that clone. That's that compound, baby.
Yeah, dude. I come home the other day. My parents are at my house, and they're like, "What the heck happened to you?" I'm like, "This is me every day, Mom." I'm like,
exactly. You got to keep the beard short so you don't get compounding on the beard, right?
Oh, dude. Oh, it gets rough.
Just curious, is that a green screen?
I'm sorry.
I was just curious. Is that a green screen?
Behind me?
Yeah.
No, it's like foam pads, and
okay.
I got some LED lights and some stuff. So
Oh,
on my
man.
channel, on my channel, I try to do some pricing videos where I'm kind of sitting down and get to go very in depth. So I just this is like a little extra office in my house. So I just made like a little podcast studio, video studio thing. So.
Yeah, because you've done a couple of podcasts. On
Yeah. So
Awesome.
If we're looking for more, okay. So, Don't Ride Dirty is that saying if he was looking for info on a web design, where can he look or email?
Yeah, the best place, honestly, man. I'm horrible at emails, so if you send me an email, I may get to it. But the best place is just follow me on Instagram and just shoot me a DM, and I'll get y'all hooked up. It's Drakes.detailing on Instagram. So,
and I'm running it right down the bottom.
Yeah, sweet. Yep, there it is. Drakes.detailing. Yeah, that's the best way. I'm super active on Instagram, like every hour. My wife gets on to me all the time. I'm on it too much, but I'm pretty active on Instagram, getting back to people. If you comment in my YouTube video, I'm usually getting back to you within a day or two, typically. But it's getting to the point where I'm like getting a lot right now. So I'm still trying to punch through, and I try to set an hour every day to just get back to everybody. So, but for web design specifically, what I typically do is you DM me or contact me. And then we'll usually hop on a phone call, just kind of understand kind of where you at, what you want, and that kind of thing. And then we'll just, we'll go from there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask this. What's the worst experience you've had detailing a boat?
Oh man, I got a lot of them.
I was gonna say there's got to be a few. I'm sure.
I guess the absolute worst experience I've ever had is I I wasn't even detailing it, but I gave the guy a quote. It was probably when I was like 25 or so. I gave the guy a quote, and he was like, "Hey man, I'll get back to you, tonight. I'll let you know if you got the job or whatever." I gave him a quote, and we were like, "Okay, cool." So about 9:30 that night, that was at like 7 or like 8 or 9 in the morning. 9:30 that night, he calls me. He's like, "Hey man, you got the job. You can still start tomorrow, right?" And I was like, "Well, no, sir. It's 9 o'clock at night." And then he was like, "Well, you told me you could get started." I'm like, I'm not. Well, come to find out, he's like, "That's fine." He's like, "But I only want you using the compounds that I left on my boat. Don't run your machine over this RPM. Don't wash my boat with your freaking pressure washer." And then he like gave me all this, dude. And I got off the phone and I looked at my wife, and this was to the date, the biggest job I'd ever, it was like $3,000 back then. That was like a lot of money. And, I called my wife, or she was in the living room with me, and I'm like, "Babe, I don't think I should take this job." Well, I call him back and I was like, "Hey, sir, I know this is going to sound really bad, but I just feel like I shouldn't take this job." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, I just, you kind of seem like a hard person to please, and I just think this is going to work out." And dude, he like lost it. I mean, dude, he cursed me out up and down, sent me text message after text message, like talking about my character and all this stuff, dude. And bro, dude, he told me, he was like, "You'll never detail a boat in this city again. I will personally make sure you never detail a boat." And I'm like, dude, so that probably was the worst experience I've ever had with a customer.
Well, how are you going to tell somebody you have to use this? Why are you hiring me? Like,
dude, well, come to find out later on, now that I know the industry, he was hiring me because I was a dumb kid charging $5,000 less than I should have been. So he was getting a steal of a deal. Okay. So that's the thing. He was coming after me on my character when he was the one trying to freaking pull one over on me.
Yeah, over on you, man.
Yeah, and he's a super rich guy in my city. He owns a big car dealership and stuff, so he thinks his poop don't stink. And I'm like, bro, it was crazy. So yeah, I dodged the bullet, because if I would have got on that boat, honestly, if I wouldn't have went with my heart and I would have took the job and took the money, I probably would have spent a month on that boat. He probably would have nickel and dimed me. Probably wouldn't have even paid me. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's one thing, man. If I have weird feelings, I just back out, because I ain't got time for that.
So I would imagine bidding a boat blind. Do you tell the customer, that price is subject to change?
Yeah. So typically, like when I first started out, I would basically ask the customer if there's oxidation or if there's not. Most people will be like, "Yeah, it's got a little dullness." So I would typically, when I first started out, what I was doing was, which I don't really recommend anymore, but I was charging, however big the boat was, that's how much I was charging per foot. So if it was a 25-foot boat, it'd be $25 a foot. And that would include like one compound and one polish. And that's still not bad if you're just starting out, because it's a good price spectrum. But what I would do is just tell them, "Hey, if it has more oxidation than this one step, it's going to be an additional charge." And I still do that to this day. So if most of the boats that call me now, I go look at them before I give them a price. But I will typically give them a ballpark price, just so I don't waste mine or their time with driving out there and they just, they can't afford it. So I'll usually get a little information out of them. I typically ask them the year of the boat, because any boat that's over 4 years old is probably going to be pretty oxidized. It's just from the average of what I've seen. So most boats that I do now are around the $65 to $150 a foot range is kind of what I'm charging on average. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Anybody in the stream here? Anybody else got any more questions with Drake while I have him on here on boats? Barbara, you want to sell Drake some graphene there?
Some graphene.
You can put.
Might need some of that.
You can put a sticker of marine graphene and ship it to
I need some graphene. That's hilarious, man. I need to. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get my buddy to come over. He's a barber.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust myself.
No, dude, you go and cut and hack things. Yeah.
I
just went to the barber like 2 days ago. So
I heard everything in Florida is just wide open, huh?
Yeah, we're pretty much open 100%. I mean, a few places make you wear masks, but I don't even wear masks anywhere I go, so
Dude,
I don't know.
so imagine driving like LA traffic. You know, that's kind of how it is in the Bay Area of Northern California, San Francisco. Dude, you could drive to work in almost 3/4 of the time that it used to be before
Dang.
the pandemic. You know, a trip from my house to San Francisco, which was only about 48 miles, would in the morning take me about 2 hours. Man, I can
Dang.
make that 48-mile trip in 35 minutes now.
Holy crap.
It's a ghost town. Nobody can work. And if you
Jeez.
do work, you're working from home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do y'all do? Did they allow y'all to work? I'm guessing.
Well, I'm a building inspector, and I'm specific at hospitals. So hospitals can't shut down. So if something's getting fixed, I inspect it.
Well,
And,
what about for detailing though?
I work from home.
Okay.
That's
so
what
you
I
can't
do.
actually
If somebody
go
asks me,
out.
will I go out? I just tell them. I used to go out every once in a while. If they just say, "Hey, can you come out and just wash and vacuum my car?" I would do it before. I just tell them now because of COVID, I can work from home, and that's
Dang.
and most of the people, 99% of the time, okay, where do you live? And
Yeah, they'll just bring
give
it
you
to
a
you.
ride home too. You want to come over here and drop it off, or you can get a ride, one or the other.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We've been open the whole time at our shop, auto mechanics, so we're essential.
Essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when Florida shut down for a little bit during the summer, because we did shut down for like 6 weeks or something like that. Auto detailing was actually considered essential, so it kind of worked out. Yeah, because they said because they said it was under the anything to do with maintaining or fixing a car, and car cleaning is technically maintaining. So car washes still were allowed open. So yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and marinas. So my thing was like, crap, are marinas going to shut down? Because I work at marinas. That's pretty much all I work at. I don't really go to people's houses anymore. I will a little bit, but I mainly work at marinas. So I was like, man, a marina is going to shut down. And marinas were essential because they were a necessary transportation. So, boats still had to transport. And some people live in the marina because they live in the wet slips where all the boats are parked. Mm-hmm. So it was considered essential. So I never shut down, not a single day. So I've been blessed in that way, I guess. But.
That's amazing.
Good. Yeah. So do you have like a contract with the marina to where they basically, I don't know, sublet you to maintain all the boats on the marina? Or
no, I don't have any formal contracts. I don't really know of anybody in my area that does that. But I'm kind of like one of the go-to guys for a lot of them, so they keep me pretty busy, and I just make friends with the old ladies up at the front desk, and they give my cards out to everybody. So they've been super nice, super good to me. So, but a lot of the times, man, too, because which is kind of cool because I come from a mobile detailing background, because when I did auto detailing, everything was mobile. It was all mobile detailing. So when I did my mobile detailing business, it actually worked to my advantage because I got used to traveling around to all these different places. So my company, I'm at every marina, and I'll spend a week here, a week there, 2 weeks here, 3 weeks there. I'm all over the place. Whereas most boat detailing guys, they only go to one marina and kind of stay there, and they're kind of like just mooch off of that one place.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of all over the place. So that helps with my exposure too. You know what I mean? So if one marina is kind of dead for a month or two, then I'm at the next one, basically.
Yeah. They see you're moving around. You're trying to get to it. They say, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the ladies will be like, man, we haven't seen you in a long time. And I'm like, well, yeah, I've been at this marina for 3 weeks. And then I went to that one for 2 weeks and that's another thing too. Most of my jobs take 2 to 3 weeks nowadays. Because I'm doing, 50-foot boats, and I'm doing a full wet sand restoration. The one I just did took me almost, it was 3 weeks, but it was because of Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff, and that was almost $8,000. So,
And you got to go where the money is, right?
Absolutely.
You got to go where the money takes you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How's that pizza, Mike?
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, because I'm in the garage. It's probably, I don't know, 45 degrees outside.
Oh, dang.
So I'm freezing. It's 45 in California is cold. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll get in the 30s, but I mean, we're so close to the ocean, it won't freeze much here.
HM says some dude asked me to detail his range for $25. Did you see that?
Hell no. Hey,
Did you see that post I posted?
detail just the Range Rover.
Yeah.
Emblem.
I'd spray it down with water.
$25.
There was this thing I saw on Instagram I posted. It said, "Do you detail?" Me. Yes, we do. What can I get for $20? I can plug my machine in and let you hear it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you're gonna get.
Yeah, I saw that too on Facebook. I think
That's so
I'm laughing so hard.
it's crazy, man. Dude, it's crazy. You know, whenever it was funny, man. When I got out of like car detailing, it's weird, man. Car detailing, people do that crap to you all the time. Like, oh, what about $50? But dude, like now that I've jumped my clientele up in my prices, when I like doubled my prices, I don't get that. I don't even meet half of my customers, which is weird. Like I personally would never pay someone several $1,000s without looking at the job that they did. But dude, like I would say 9 out of 10 customers, I'll go do their boat, you know, because it's at a marina. I'll do their boat and then I'll leave. I use Square, so they'll pay their invoice and that's it. I don't even meet them. I don't see them. They live in Texas or California or Colorado. So it's a completely different world, man. When you deal with
Square.
like big boats. Yeah, I do too, man. It's easy. It just works, you know.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
That's awesome, man. Barbara's heading out. She's got to go sell some graphene.
Stamp the word marine on it. You
At
get
10
twice as much.
At 10 o'clock at night, huh? or I guess it's
no, it's only 10 minutes to 8 out here.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I'm at 9:50 at night.
Oh, it's getting to be your bedtime.
Yeah.
It's 7:51 here, and
oh, dang, that ain't bad.
I'm getting ready to aluminum polish the wheels I'm going to put on my Suburban.
Oh, nice. What do you use for aluminum polish?
Well, honestly, so my coworker gave me this.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff before. I've never used it though.
It looks like it's ragged.
It's a real thick cream, huh?
Yeah, I said if it looks old and ragged, this stuff probably works really good.
Oh, it does, yeah.
But I have the old trusty, you know.
Yeah,
but
Meg. Yeah.
If anything goes wrong, but I have a good feeling about this stuff.
Yeah. I think it was that same stuff, or at least it looked the same in an old like rusty or like a raggedy tube. And they put it on a drill. They put it on a drill with just the white cloth, like buffing wheel. It was like a cloth. And dude, they put them on some rims. The guy was probably in his 80s, and he had some show cars, and he's like, watch this stuff. And I was out there putting something on. I don't remember. And he buffed it in with a little drill, dude, and it was like blinging. I was like, holy crap.
We have a guy in our stream now who's almost 80. He's
wow.
HM auto detail. I was kidding. He's only like 62.
Oh.
he's only
like 80.
60. He's 60. He details every single day. He's 6. I think he's 60 or 62 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, still every day. I
want to shake that man's hand.
Sunday, and I need the rest of it to recuperate.
Dude, that's crazy.
It takes me 3 days to recover from a detail.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same here.
And I'm 33, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know how these guys can do this every single day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a lot of work, man.
I just can't.
I'm 45 and have been through hell.
Yeah.
And like you said, like I'm focusing on my health this year. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to get back into getting back into shape. I was like a 5-6 day a weeker in the gym. I was always in shape.
Yeah.
I was always good, and it's all of a sudden 3.5 years go by. Woo! And then I take a run around the block, and I'm like.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Last year I started playing some basketball and football again. I'm on like a flag football league, and like that's helped me motivate me to kind of like move more. Yeah. And dude, I know everyone's told me, when I was younger, 23, 21, people are like, wait until you're 30, you're gonna start hurting more. Dude, I think at 25, and maybe it's the 3 kids aspect, but come 25, dude, I'm like, dang, I'm starting to hurt. I can't eat cheeseburgers anymore. I'm like, dude,
I mean, pizza.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it's crazy, man. And working in the sun all day, every day, dude, it'll wear you out, man.
Oh
And
man.
in Florida, I don't know about where you guys are, but in Florida, I mean, it'll get hot and extremely humid. You know, in the summer, like June, July, August, September, it's like death. So if I'm not eating well and I'm not feeling good, dude, I'll work for 2-3 hours and just be exhausted, like just done.
Yeah.
It'll get hot here, but we don't get the humidity.
Yeah.
We don't get humidity, but this summer was man, we had 2-3 weeks where it was 109, 113, 110.
Dang.
108.
Fire.
And every single day. And we're like, oh man. And being an auto mechanic, I'm working on these hot cars, man. I'm talking just pouring sweat all day. And I'm like, got nothing left at the end of the day.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
But I can't imagine being out on the boat, detailing a boat, being, 80 to 100% humidity.
That's gotta suck.
Well, 80. I mean, during the summer months here, it'll get to 95, 97, and the real field feels like 102. So, and dude, it'll be like 97% humidity. I mean, it's insane. Yeah, it sucks. You literally walk out of your house and literally you feel like you just took a shower. I mean, it's just nasty.
Dude, we'll get like single digit humidity here. I mean,
oh my God. Dude, that's amazing. I've never experienced that in my entire life.
It's like in the 50, 60%, but we don't feel it.
Yeah.
So there was one day it was like 58% humidity, and I was like, what is this going on right now, guys?
58% humidity is like glory to us.
It was.
Yeah, and it only rains about 2-3 months a year here.
Jeez.
Unless you go north. If you go north, it'll rain a lot more up there.
Jeez.
Well, shoot, we were just talking about it today. We're already like halfway through winter here, and I'm like, we've barely seen that much rain, really, at all.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, we're only at 25, 30% of rain of this year. That's all we're at right now. A couple inches.
It was beautiful today, man. It was beautiful today. It was like 58 degrees, sunny.
Dang. Yeah, it's been like over here, man. It's been like overcasty and gray and like 45. It's been nasty.
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's cold in the morning, though. I'm not going to lie. The other day I was driving to work in my truck. It's at 37. I'm like, okay. So that means it's about 33 in my shop, which is that's too cold for me, man.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time out to for us to experience who you are and to get to meet you.
Yeah, man.
For everybody else to get to see you. Hopefully they all will go binge watch your videos to see how good you are. Because you are pretty good, I believe, on camera.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And
great footage, man. Great channel, great knowledge.
The knowledge you drop for a boat, it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on here. I said I was I think I wrote you on Instagram. I was like, man, I'm excited. So this was fun. I actually really liked it. I might start doing some of these on my channel. So
wow!
Yeah. These are pretty fun.
Be good.
Yeah.
That was cool. Now I can't wait for you to go to Jacksonville and go do this one now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna film it all. I got one probably dropping. We just finished it. Well, I'll be wrapping it up Monday. So it's a big 30. It's not huge, but it's a 36-foot boat that we just did. I'm filming the whole process. It's a full wet sand job, everything. So that'll be coming up here in about a week. And then, like I said, tomorrow I got a video dropping where we're interviewing a 23-year-old that made 130 grand last year in his first year, which is crazy.
He does boats?
Yeah, well, he does cars, boats, everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but a lot of that money did come from the boats and kind of my pricing structure, which really helped him out a ton. So, but yeah, dude, I told him when he wrote me, he was like, man, I'm 23. Your videos helped me make, 130 grand. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? I'm like, my first year, I think I pulled in like 45. I'm like, dude. So, but that's what it's about, dude. I had a 16-year-old write me the other day and was like, I'm 16 and I pulled in 25 grand in my first year. I'm like, at 16 years old,
that's insane. Awesome.
Dude, I know. I'm like, at 16, I told him, I was like, at 16, I was bagging groceries at Walmart for $7.20 an hour.
I was at the local grocery store.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's making 25 grand. I'm like, dang.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
pretty damn good.
Like you said, you're here to inspire people and to help people, and it seems like you're doing a great job, man. So that's hats off to you, and I really appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
So
I appreciate it. Yeah.
If you guys are in the live stream, in the description is his channel. He does have a giveaway that will end tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. Go watch that video, then subscribe to his channel while you're watching the video, and then and just keep watching his videos, because the information he provides, he provides different information on every single video, and as he works it, it all makes sense. Everything he does, I'm doing this because of this, and as you see it do, you'll see it work. And so that's one thing I like about it, and that 27 years old, he's got a lot coming. So by the time he gets to be our age, he's gonna be
sitting back.
Why do you say it like that, Mike? Why do you say it like that? Our age.
Well, maybe your age, not mine.
Yeah. Well, hey, I will add to what you said too. I'm announcing the giveaway winner on my Instagram. So if you do enter, go on my Instagram, because I'm gonna announce it on Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, you won't see it and you won't win it, because I don't know if everyone's following on Instagram. So if it goes up and that person doesn't DM me within a day or two, then I'm gonna draw again to somebody on my Instagram.
I'll follow him.
Yeah, sweet.
I put my name in there a bunch of kids. I'm just kidding.
You got
your brand new Rupes polisher, man. I see it in the back.
Hey, Clifford. Hey, on his giveaway, Clifford, if you ain't watching, and I ain't lying, in his giveaway sits a G9.
Yeah.
It's in his giveaway.
Brand new.
Brand spanking new G9. So go into that giveaway. How about, is that graphene in there too or no?
Oh yeah. That's the main thing. It's basically, it's everything you're gonna need to apply the graphene coating. So it's the coating, it's microfiber rags, it's the polishing pad, it's everything. The surface prep, it's everything you're gonna need to apply the coating.
Papa Smurf's gonna be in there. I got 2 boats I gotta go do.
Yeah. Do it.
I need it.
I appreciate you, Drake, and I hope you continue your success. I can't wait to get to 10,000. You'll probably be there by spring. I think.
I'm hoping that'd be cool, man. So.
It will be. I can't wait.
Maybe we can do maybe we can do another one here in the next, 6. Well, I don't know, another one in another couple months or whatever, and talk about
how everything's going
and how everything's going with you, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally down. Anytime you guys want to have me, let me know. So this was fun.
It was fun.
Awesome, man.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream for everyone that's watching, unless there's any more questions popping up, which I don't see nothing. And then once we end stream, we'll still be backstage. They won't be able to see us no more. So for everyone, we'll see you. We did have something planned for next weekend, but they did they sent me a message. They did cancel, but they are rescheduling. Next Monday, Papa Smurf, I'm trying to get him to call in sick that day.
I can't, man.
Holiday, I got Attention to Detail Chelsea coming in on the live stream next Monday, but it's going to be early. It's going to be 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's coming up. Unless we get something Saturday and Sunday, at the moment it's going to be it's going to be on the 18th, January 18th, which is a holiday for most, just not for the mechanics.
Where are the holidays coming from, man?
All right, guys, have a good one. See you guys next week.